with the GTs today, showing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old and new.
Looking nice.
Which one do you prefer?
This one, V8 supercharged. I took this out for a day. Best day ever.
Yeah?
Yeah, sick ride. This one's sick, but this is like over €1 million now, and it scares me even having it here.
But it's dead.
But it's there. But this is like a bit more rugged and like less delicate. For me, this looks delicate, and it is delicate. It's full carbon fiber. But this is like a real...
Have you driven this before?
Yeah, only like kind of around. Obviously, you have to move it around and stuff and park it, but I've never really gone out in it. At some point, I'm sure I'll get the chance. And, yeah, it'll be fun to take it out, but I'll probably be shitting myself the whole time. Yeah, but this one's a gangster.
Welcome back to another video with Charlie from Charlie Detailing. We got a little bit of a different location this time, which is a whole lot better than last time. But it's an awesome place nonetheless. Today we're going to be talking about mainly building the systems around detailing, because again, when it comes to the Autobook channel, we're focusing on going from a hobbyist to side hustle to a professional detailer with your systems, whether it be your chemicals in whatever way that it is, but focusing on teaching you guys and showing you how to go from a hobbyist to a professional, which is why I have a professional next to me who obviously knows a lot more about it than I do. And I have some questions for him. And maybe there's some questions that you guys have asked, but also questions that I've noticed have been asked all over social media about detailing. When it comes to your inquiry process, what does that look like regardless of the job?
Yeah, it does depend on how they come through. So we have we have people walk in, we've got people who randomly WhatsApp us, people who randomly email us, we have people who fill out our advertisements, so that are leads from Meta.
Yeah.
Phone calls, I don't know what else. So we have a lot of different ones. The main objective for me is always to get them through the door. So my kind of first outreach back to them is, yep, thanks for getting in touch with us, or yeah, cool, good to speak to you. Tell me a bit more. And if you can, come by for a coffee, and then I can get a feel for them as a person. I can actually see the car or the bike. And I know what I'm working with, and I can give them realistic expectations. Yeah. And I also think it's very important because I think rapport is very important when it comes to stuff with customers. So if they meet you and get your feel for you as a person, they're going to trust you more. You build that relationship, and you're way less likely for them to start shopping around at other places for cheaper prices, because they come here, you give them a coffee, you show them around, you're honest with them, and they've spent that time, and they feel some reciprocity, and they want to give back to you by using you as a detailer. I find that quite often works, and yeah, I just tell them it is how it is, and I'm honest with them. So yeah, but does that answer your question? I've gone off on one.
It basically is about the fact that understanding that the rapport and the relationship with the customer is the most important part.
Yeah, definitely. And then following on from that, they leave, and then keeping up with them and keeping track with them is probably the next most important part, and making sure you are following up with people. So I guess that leads us into the whole CRM stuff. But that's why that's so important. And then
that literally leads me up into my next question. When it comes to following up with them, what is your system? What is your process that you use to follow up?
So we use the software, and we have all of our customers in the database. And then I know at what stage of each kind of sale each customer's in. So I know if a customer's just come through the door once, or if he's the one who's just sent me an email back. I know when he sent me the email back, I know when I need to email him back, and it keeps me kind of fresh with who I need to keep track of and message back. Like I say, it comes in at all different angles. You've got WhatsApp messages, text messages, calls, emails. So it's nice to be able to organize it all properly and know where I need to chase up when, without pestering someone too much, because I've forgotten that I already emailed them and called them, and also without losing track of people and then waiting 4 weeks before they hear back from me, or they said to me, oh, I'm back from holiday in a week, I'll give you a shout. I need that in my CRM, so I can say to them, hey, how was your holiday? You're back, weather's shit in the Netherlands, why don't you come by for a coffee, we'll have a look at the car, we'll see what we can do. So that's really important, is keeping track of that stuff. And it's really difficult if you don't have a system for it, because there's so many people, and you've already got the business, you've got staff, you've got all your stock, you've got your cars you're working on at the time, you've got B2Bs, you've got all this shit going on, and then all the leads and the customers, like, it's just so much stuff. It's crazy. And it really stresses you out, and that's when you start making mistakes, if you haven't got a good grasp on what needs to happen where. So the one thing I would say about the pipeline being free is that's the bit they need to start off with anyway, right? So like, they're getting the thing they need as a one person garage for free. So that's perfect. So download it, use that, organize your fucking clients from day one. And then when a client comes back 2 years later with a car saying, yeah, you detailed this once, or you ceramic coated this once, you've got it in your system with the license plate, and you can go, no, that was a different license plate, or that is you. And like having that from day one is amazing. And then as and when you need things, you can just upgrade to use it. Like it's perfect. It's the perfect way to start out. So yeah, well worth it.
And to go on there, was there a specific moment where you're like, right, a system is needed, otherwise I cannot manage or keep up a certain reputation?
Yeah, I think probably as soon as we started running ads, it started to become hard to keep track of, because the ads were bringing in traffic on top of the usual amount. The usual amount was just about doable. As we were getting busier, it was getting a bit more difficult. But as soon as the meta ads started going, and I was getting, maybe 1, 2, 3 leads a day, keeping track of those guys and who had replied, who hadn't replied was just crazy. So I really needed something to help me with that.
Yeah. And so you said that you had people in your customers in your pipeline and customers in your database.
Yeah.
How do you list them in your database? Do you have their number plate? Do you have their car registration, that kind of stuff? What is the most important information that you need to be able to understand what the customer is about?
Normally name, first name. I don't care about the last name. Most of the time. Name, car, make and model and color. And then once they've been and I've seen the car, or if they've been to see us, then I'll do a photo and I'll get a license plate.
When it comes to what makes you look at a software or look at a certain system and say, right, I can trust this to be able to use for my business, especially with working with luxury cars, you want to have a system you can trust.
Yeah.
So what is that one thing or multiple things you are looking for in a system to help to trust?
It needs to look the part, I guess. So you can see that some time has been put into the actual development of it. You can see that someone hasn't just it needs to all be usable, everything work properly. You can see things have been tested. I think integration with other systems is kind of proof. So if for example, it works with payment systems that I already know about, or it works with apps and stuff like that I already know of. If you can log in with your Google or whatever, things like that, you kind of immediately trust something. So if you can, if it's integrated with certain systems, if you can maybe sync it to your Google Calendar, all that kind of shit makes you go, okay, yeah, they've spent the time to do all these different things. They've thought everything well through properly, then I can trust it.
Okay.
I think that's the kind of thing, I guess.
And throughout the whole time that you've been using your softwares, what is that one feature that you would recommend someone to focus on when it comes to making sure that foundation is set for the future?
Probably your customer lists, your CRM lists. So making sure that all the information from all your customers is in there. You've got everything written down, all the notes from what they wanted when they wanted. I think that's really important to have as your foundation, because that's what everything else builds off. So that needs to be organized, all up to date. You need everyone on there. So then, if you need to look something up, it's all in one place. You're not trying to find it via emails. Where did I send them an email? Do I need to look at my Outbox? Is it in this folder? Is it on my WhatsApp? Scrolling through your fucking WhatsApp. If you have it all in one place with good notes, photos of the cars if you want, names and email addresses and phone numbers, then everything else builds off that. So that's what I would set up first. If I was anyone, I would just get that up and running. And then once you've got that down, integrate it with your leads and your meta and all that other kind of stuff. And
And when it comes to your personal admin time, how long does it take you per week?
Depends on the week, but most of the time my admin gets done either first thing in the morning. I try and do half an hour to an hour if it's not too busy. If it's really busy, I'll normally in the evening after I get home and the kids are sleeping, I'll do it then. So I'll sit down for a couple of hours, the TV will be on, I'll have some YouTube videos on, I'll just slowly send emails to people, respond to WhatsApp messages, post some stuff on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. But it really does depend,
Your honest opinion now, and this is the last question. Is software a necessity when it comes to starting a detailing business?
Not when it comes to starting, but when it comes to scaling, if you want to be bringing in a lot of money and having employees, systems are the most important thing. If things aren't systemized, you're going to fuck it up. No matter how good your memory is, no matter how organized you are, You have to have systems. If you don't have them, then it's all going to go to shit. And I've messed it up before, and I've not had systems and things, and for sure I've lost out on thousands of euros worth of jobs because I've forgotten to email someone back, and they've just gone, well, I never heard of him, so I'm going to go here now. Like, for sure that's happened. So yeah, that's really important. So not to begin with, but for sure, if you want to scale and if you want to get big and you want to be doing lots of money and organizing, staff, and you're doing remote jobs, and you've got this, that, and the other. Like, we've got 1,000,001 things going on. Yeah, you need the systems in place. So fucking important eventually. But if you're in your first week of detailing, learn to detail first, and then, when you need it, you'll know you'll need it, because you'll start missing out on stuff.
And I think it's something we spoke about earlier about new detailers focusing too much on the cool part of it, whether it be products, whether it be that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're running a business.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a difficult part that people struggle to understand.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, the brands you're using, the machines you use, nothing matters. You could get everything off AliExpress and still earn great money detailing. You're just going to make your life easier if you get better stuff. But really, to scale and be a proper professional detailer, you've got to have automated systems in place. So customers, you look more legit to customers when you do that. Yeah.
Sick. Well, that's all my questions. Thank you for your help. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me be here again.
Anytime, mate. Anytime.
And sick.
Come on.
His YouTube channel, his social media is in the description. Autobook, as you guys have heard about 1,000,000 times, is in the description. If you want to check it out, first program, like you spoke about, the pipeline, is completely free. All other features above are unfortunately paid. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions that you'd like to see in these videos that I ask a professional detailer to get his honest opinion about, put them in the comments. And until the next time, ciao.